All right, welcome back to Great Day Washington. This segment is sponsored by John C. Flood. There are a variety of options when it comes to water heaters for your home, but which is right for your home and your family? So here to give us some insight is Chris Thompson from John C. Flood. Good to see you again.
It's good to see you as always.
You're always bringing us some great information, and I'm interested to learn about today. What is a hybrid water heater?
A hybrid water heater actually, a little bit like a refrigerator, it's actually using the air around the unit and it pulls that in. So it's air around the water heater typically is going to be warmer. So as it brings that in, it heats it. So obviously it's going to be able to heat that air much quicker. So that's where you're going to get some cost efficiencies and energy savings.
Right.
And so that just helps a little bit for, it's still tanked, but obviously it's energy efficient as well.
Okay. So you still have that tank that we're kind of used to seeing in a way.
Tank,
the
right,
large
correct.
tank. Okay. But it's pulling it in.
Yeah,
that's like air that's already warm, so a lot less energy.
Correct. Wherever wherever your tank is usually going to be a little bit warmer. It's not obviously, right.
Because it's always heating.
Right.
Right? Okay.
Correct.
So that's the consistent energy you're using.
Right.
What is the benefits of a tankless water heater? I've heard of those.
Right. Well, those are quite popular, obviously, for the space saving. Obviously, they're quite small, and they can be mounted on walls, and there is no tank. So obviously, you're just constantly getting on-demand hot water. So much like myself, I like to have it scalding hot. So if I like to jump in the shower and I like to have a little bit of heat on it, then you have somebody else down, maybe if you have a regular tanked one and it's downstairs and maybe they jump into the shower and they're using hot water and somebody turns on the dishwasher. Eventually if you have a regular tank stored, you're eventually gonna start running out of hot water. It's not gonna be able to feed it quick enough, but with tankless, it's constantly feeding hot water. So you'll never be without hot water. It's on demand, so there's no tank, so it's just constantly bringing it in. It's just heated as soon as it comes in. And they're very small and very space saving, so people love those.
We know the tanks that take up an entire corner of a room.
And these, I mean, they could be very small. You can mount it on a wall, so people love those.
So how does it work then if the water's not in there being stored?
It's just pulling it in. It's got the elements in there, and it's like superheating it right out of the gate, so it's just coming out piping hot.
Okay.
And you can obviously set it. Probably don't want me setting it because I will like it scalding hot.
Well, and then you don't have to wait, right? So there's some like homes where you got to wait for it to get hot, and sometimes you're waiting a lot, so you're wasting more water.
Right, and that's where we get to the traditional one. Obviously, with a tankless, it's giving you the hot water as you need it, whereas like the third one here, the standard one, the tanked storage one. Obviously, they're bringing cold water in, and it's going to hold it and it's going to heat it, but it's going to continuously be running to keep that water hot.
Okay.
So regardless whether you're using hot water, it's always going to be running to keep it at the temperature you set. So obviously those are the least energy efficient, but those are the ones that people typically know the most. And obviously when you're storing water, that's, you get sediment and build up, and those can typically get, minerals and deposits and that sort of thing. Where if you have a tankless one, you're not storing liquid and water, so it's those will last twice as long as a regular stored tanked water heater.
I would think too. I mean, when you have a tank, you're more likely using that water constantly, right? Because that's going to a lot of things. But if you're not home for an extended period of time, you've just got water sitting there.
Right, and that's why if you're going on vacation for, well, I guess in America it's usually 1 week, but some people go like on a vacation for a couple weeks. It's still gonna be running. So you're basically using energy when you're not even home, taking showers or running using hot water.
And so somebody that has the tank, it's an easy switch out if they wanted to go tankless.
Well, tankless can be a little bit
it depends.
Challenging. Because you also need a gas and that sort of thing that not always electric. So they can be a little challenging to do so. But if you get one in, you will thoroughly enjoy it. I mean, they are much more energy efficient. And people love them because they're so small, and you can. I mean, everybody goes and has that big tank in there, and it's just a.
So there's nothing wrong with the tank, the standard tank, but there are options if it fits your home that can save you money.
And tankless, obviously, if you got a lot of large family, obviously people hitting the showers a lot.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. You have 3 boys in the house that are using all the water.
And it doesn't matter. They're always somehow going to be doing it at the same time.
Right. Chris, thank you so very much. Great information as always. If you'd like more information about how John C. Flood can help you, just head to johncflood.com. We'll be right back.